Okay, have you ever been in that weird, kind of confusing space with someone, where you're just not sure where you stand? You're thinking, is this just a really, really good friendship, or is it something more? I think it's a question pretty much everyone has bumped into at some point. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to dive in and try to draw some clearer lines to figure out the real boundaries of companionship.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll start with that big universal question. Then we'll build a solid foundation for what exactly makes a friendship a friendship. We'll do the same for a romantic relationship, then put them side by side to really see the differences. And finally, we're going to get into that tricky gray area where those lines start to get a little fuzzy. All right, so let's get right to the heart of it. We've all been there, right? That moment of just total uncertainty with someone. You're not sure what the rules are anymore because it honestly feels like it could be one thing, or maybe, just maybe, something else entirely.
Yeah, the big one. So, what are we? Just 5 little words, right? But man, they can suck all the air out of a room. This is really the central question, even when it's not being said out loud, that drives all this confusion. It's that exact moment when the unspoken rules just don't seem to apply anymore. And that is exactly what we're here to unpack. Okay, so to get any real clarity here, we've got to start with the basics, build a solid foundation. So first things first, let's define what we're talking about when we say friendship. What is that unique bond all about? Okay, let's break this down a bit because the key words here are really important. Voluntary. That means you choose to be in it. It's not some kind of obligation. Then you have mutual affection. That's huge. It has to go both ways. And you see, the whole thing is built on these 2 big pillars, trust and just having stuff in common.
And this really gets into the feel of a friendship, you know? It usually grows out of things you both just enjoy. Hobbies, music, whatever. You're there for each other for sure, but there's no expectation that you're the only close friend. That's what not typically exclusive means. And here's a big one. It operates outside of romance or physical intimacy. It's a deep connection, but a different kind. And it's flexible. It can change and evolve as your lives do. Okay, so we've got a pretty good handle on friendship. Now, let's flip the coin and look at the other side of this. How does that foundation change? What really truly makes a romantic partnership, well, a romantic partnership? And right away, you can just feel the language completely shift, can't you? We're not just talking about mutual affection anymore. Now we're using words like deep, love, intimacy, and that really big one, commitment. This is pointing to a much more profound, layered connection. It's operating at a whole different level. So, what does this actually mean? Well, for starters, you've got that romantic spark and physical closeness in the mix. There's also usually this unspoken or spoken assumption of exclusivity, that you're each other's main person. And it's not just about being there for each other now, it's about actively planning and building a future together. And that brings on a whole different set of expectations. Okay, so we've defined friendship and we've defined a romantic relationship. Now for the part that I think makes everything click. Let's put them right next to each other, head to head, and see exactly where the paths split. This chart just lays it all out so clearly. Let's walk through it. First up, exclusivity. With friends, it's not exclusive. With a partner, it's typically exclusive. Simple as that. Now let's look at commitment. A friendship is all about emotional support, which is huge. But in a relationship, that commitment balloons to include things like finances, major life choices, basically a shared future. Okay, what about intimacy? Friendship is built on emotional and intellectual intimacy, sharing ideas and feelings. A relationship takes that and adds the physical and romantic layers on top. And finally, the future. This one is key. Friends hope they'll stay in touch. Partners are actively planning to build a single, shared life. Big difference. And really, if you boil it all down, this is the crucial point. It's the nature of that commitment and the expectation of a future together. Think of it like this. A friendship is like 2 parallel tracks, running alongside each other, offering support. A romantic partnership is where those 2 tracks merge into one. That's the fundamental shift. But let's be real. Life is never as neat and tidy as a chart, is it? Connections can change, they evolve. So what does it actually look like when a friendship starts to, blur those lines and cross over into something more? Well, there's often a kind of pattern to it. It usually starts with a deeper emotional vulnerability. You start sharing things you wouldn't normally share with just any friend.
After that, physical intimacy might enter the picture, which, yeah, that changes the dynamic completely. And that almost always forces the talk, the DTR, the defining the relationship conversation. And if you both decide, okay, let's do this, the final stage is really integration. You start blending your lives, your friend groups, you become a we.
And this is such a key takeaway. That line between friend and partner, it's drawn with communication and intention. This transition doesn't just happen to you. It's something that's actively built by both people. It's not like tripping over a crack in the sidewalk. It's a line you both have to consciously decide to cross together.
So, why are we talking about all this? What's the point? It's actually pretty simple. Clarity is a form of kindness. Understanding these differences isn't just some intellectual exercise. It actually empowers you to be more honest with yourself and with the other person. It gives you the tools to navigate your connections with a lot more respect, and it helps make sure everybody is on the same page.
Because in the end, that's all these definitions are. They're just tools. They're a framework to help you make sense of your own life. So when you look at your own connections, maybe the real question isn't just what are we, but what do we want this to be? We've given you the map, so how are you going to define your journey?